What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to Spot Show live stream, our Thursday evening show here at RP2 Vision. Of course, not sure why I'm saying hour since I'm the only one here. Anyway, appreciate everybody tuning in. Okay, let's go ahead and get this BS out of the way. Hey, if you're tuning in live, I encourage you to join me in the chat. Give me your opinions. Or just make a statement, or like I always say, be friendly, say hello. That's always cool. Also, if you like it, click on that like button. That helps as well. Also, lastly but not least, if you dig just a regular dude like me, I don't have an insider. I don't get scoops. Don't have no connections. Just me bullshit about the sport of professional wrestling, giving my little predictions, just having fun, basically. Being a typical wrestling fan and having fun. If you like that, hey, be a champ. Click on that subscribe button. Don't forget about that notification bell. That way you'll be notified when other content comes out. And this little arm thing, it's like, I don't know if it's moving really or just moving. Hopefully you folks can hear me according to the test I did earlier, because I did a test whatever, and everything seemed fine. So hopefully y'all can hear me. Made a couple little adjustments, but it worked fine a while ago. The visual quality here probably not as good, I've noticed. I don't know if it's a camera or I just don't have enough light. Yes, I am on location in Rock Mart, Georgia, staying at the Eloquent Econo Lodge and Suites. Nice folks down here, though. I gotta give them that. I've been give them those props last couple of weeks. But yeah, hopefully everybody's having a good week so far. Tomorrow is Friday. Thank goodness so far. Do not have to work. This weekend, technically, Sunday's going to be kind of a long day. Long day for me. But let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of stalling. This is the beginning of the show where I kind of stall a little bit. Let other people, get on the chat, tune on in and say what's up or hello or F you or whichever, wherever plus you both. I got to learn. Quit looking at the screen, look at the camera. This ain't as fancy as the one back home where, if you notice, I kind of got two cameras. I'm really learning to be able to focus on camera. And since I do got two screens, when I got to read stuff, I'm on one. And when I just talk bullshit, it's on the other one. So this one is kind of one camera, one little desk, travel package here. So yeah, I'm probably going to be like blah, 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 read and talk to you folks about it. Yeah, we got a few things to talk about. Actually, I am going to mix. I gotta remind myself. I should have wrote this down. I will be doing a little quick AEW recap later on. So I gotta remind myself to record that. That way I can slap on that intro, slap on that ending, and ship that video out as well. If anybody been Now, if you're if anybody comes in here new on this, is anybody? Well, I should ask this tomorrow because I really use the shorts now to advertise my Friday live stream, which is Wrestling Gold Friday night. Tune in this Friday. We got some UWF from 1986 highlighting the barbed wire cage match between Taylor Taylor teaming with the Fantastics versus the Sheep Herders with Jet Victory. Do remember that match fondly as a kid. Um, anyway, so yeah, tune into that. Cheap plug on that one. So I probably should have waited to ask this, but I watched. Been using shorts to kind of advertise that. I sometimes I don't know what kind of news is coming up um, during the week. I mean, all day I was like, man, I gotta really do some bullshit here, because not really much news to talk about except for maybe Saturday night's main event and other things, and boom, just like that. Gosh, we gotta make fun of our good old whipping boys, the AEW. Sorry, gotta do it a little bit. Hello, Brenda Watson. How you doing this evening? What's up, Joe King? How you doing this evening? How you how you doing? I know I've never seen an episode of Friends, but I do know that line. Um, I don't know his real name, but he played I think Joey on Friends. Hello, Karen Poole, and his line was, "How you doing? How you doing?" So if anything I know about Friends is that line. That's it. I'm doing pretty good. Kind of exhausted. The whole time change is kind of screwed me up a little bit, but I think I'm starting to get acquainted to it a little bit. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? But yeah, that's that. Like I said, I've never seen an episode of Friends, but back when I first started working where I am, and I was working at soul testing lab in the office, so that was the water cooler TV show at the time. So uh, people would say that line, so I pretty much uh, sometimes would say that line. So no, I didn't get it from Enzo Amore. He probably got it from TV show Friends too. How you doing? But anyway, so yeah, we got a few things to talk about this evening. What we want to do? We want to do some fun stuff first. Let's do the fun stuff first. Let's talk about Saturday night's main event. This past Saturday was Saturday night's main event. It took place in Salt Lake City, Utah. Uh, like I said, I didn't expectations are low. I'm thinking, you know what, house show, Sunday Night Heat. If any of you kids remember that show, or just a typical Raw or something like that. But nothing big, nothing big probably came out of this, and that's uh, basically what I got. I mean, it's kind of predictable a little bit. I think I went 4 for 4. There was a dark match. Bailey defeated Raquel Rodriguez in a singles match. I'm not sure if that was shown live. But anyway, first match, we had Cody Rhodes defeat Drew McIntyre. The belt was and sitting in the ring. Referee was down, so Cody Rhodes DDT Drew McIntyre on the belt. Then used the crossroads to defeat Drew McIntyre, retaining the WWE Undisputed Championship. That was, like I said, no brainer. I kind of wish though that they'd kind of waited on this feud or did this feud. This could have been a good WrestleMania match, but uh, I guess they have other plans. I had to pick on a little bit on about Monday night a little bit. If you watch my WWE Raw recap, you see where I kind of made fun of them the whole opening segment, then what happened in the main event with Logan Paul and all that. Yeah, they don't make those mistakes most of the time, but caught you on that one there. All right. Second match, we had Jay Carhill taking on Tiffany Stratton for Tiffany Stratton's WWE Women's Championship. From what I've seen here, Jay Carhill pretty much dominated this match. Finished Tiffany Stratton with the Jaded and became the new WWE Women's Champion. So congratulations to her, former AEW TNT Champion. She was a hot free agent at the time. WWE signed her. I ain't saying she's 5-star wrestler or anything like that, but she has slowly got better. I think this heel turn, if that's what it is, and she has these kind of short matches a little bit until she gets a little more seasoned. Like I said, big, powerful, tall, powerful girl like her. It's not really built for your 5-star matches. Tiffany Stratton, sometimes she's depends on who she's in the ring with. Did I say Cargill or Carhill? Sometimes I say Carhill. Yeah, Cargill. Thank you, Joe. But anyway, yeah, Cargill. She or sometimes it kind of pronounces as Carhill. You know the G's in it. Like I said, some of these announcers screw me up. But anyway, like I said, congratulations to her. But like I said, Tiffany depends on who she's in the ring with. Usually how that matches go, but then again, only thing I say about that WrestleMania match between her and Charlotte, they must have been the chemistry definitely was not working in that match. So anyway, like I said, congratulations to her. Who do you think her first challenger is going to be? Will it be Bianca maybe, or will they put her in Nia again? Give Nia a couple of chances, 1-on-1 against Jade Cargill? Maybe. Next up, we had a match, a three-way or triple threat match. Excuse me. Sometimes I fuck up and call the triple threat three-way dance. I blame ECW for that one. But um, yes, this triple threat. Dominique defend the Intercontinental Championship against Penta and Rusev. Decent little match here. Went 12 minutes 30 seconds. Please, no Nia. Oh, by the way, yes, the Jay Cargill and Tiffany Stratton match went 5 minutes 30 seconds. Perfect timing for that one. Sometimes match timing is kind of important when you're putting stuff together. AEW. If it, never mind. Don't want to get on that blunder, but you got to hide people's weaknesses and um, present the positives and all your talent because it's your talent. You want them all to get over and best of their abilities. If they can't go 30, 60 minute and have a good match, you don't put them in 30, 60-minute matches. Just to, wet the bed. Not wet the bed, but just fall on her face a little bit. Not saying they don't try, but anyway. But yeah, like I said last week, the most entertaining part of this match. Yeah, something. You're right, Joe. Sometimes short has more impact. Again, definitely. I mean, I remember. Oh heck, I remember a little before that when Barry Windham first came to Mid Atlantic. This is before Magnum even came in. I think Dusty was trying to give Barry the same push he gave Magnum TA. Barry Windham, I mean, if you watched interviews or seen any of his matches, Barry Windham is regarded as a great worker. He went 60 minutes with Harley, 60 minutes with Ric Flair. That dude could go back in his prime. But when he first came into Mid Atlantic, he was having quick matches. Then him and Rotunda wound up going to the WWF, formed the U.S. Express, became a couple time tag team champions, and came back. But I forget how much longer after that. But they brought in Magnum TA, and Magnum TA was having short matches. Now was Magnum TA? Now Magnum TA was good at what he did, but was he as smooth as a worker as Barry Windham? Not really. Um, Even though I was a big Magnum TA fan, truth of the matter is, as far as in ring worker, Barry Windham was better. Uh, Road Warriors, yes, perfect example. They came in. Uh, I think they didn't even shut off Iron Man from Black Sabbath before they almost had one of the monkeys pinned. But yeah, again, Magnum TA, he would have like less than a minute matches, belly to belly, boom, done. But that, he has some longer matches. Him and Nikita had some longer matches. I won't say 30 or 60 minutes or anything like that, but and those were pretty decent match. Magnum and Tully Blanchard, but different times, and let's just say someone like a Wahoo McDaniel or Tully Blanchard, way different breed of talent than some of these people. They know how to pace a match instead of just balls to the walls and die, balls to the walls, die, speed racer, die, not letting anything register. But yeah, the Road Warriors, man, they came in, and I mean, especially when they was with Crockett, the NWA, they heck even AWA, heck Georgia Championship Wrestling. Uh, Ole Anderson, that's the way he booked them. Go in, even though they would be a little longer, but it was squash matches, so you just go in there, less than 5 minutes, beat the hell out of, uh, Chief Joe Lightfoot and Mike Davis, four guys. Go beat the heck out of them, then you know, hit the showers, do your let Paul Lorraine talk, uh, but they will talk too. So, but I digress on that. But yeah, sometimes short and sweet is all you need. Uh, but like I said last week about the dominate match, probably the most entertaining part of his of what Dominate's doing now is wow. It's kind of throwback of the Eddie Guerrero lie, cheat, steal. How is he going to lie and cheat and steal this victory? And thanks to that, bell hammer, rung the bell when Rusev had Penta and Acolyte camel clutch. Rusev got up thinking, hey, match is over. He tapped out. I'm the new Intercontinental Champion. Um, but then he, swerved the whole thing, wound up getting a schoolboy victory out, or oh crap, what happened now? I messed up. Yeah, Penta hit his move on Rusev, and then Frog Splash on Rusev after Dominic got rid of Penta. I didn't even write that down my notes. All right, and of course the main event of the night was main event Jey Uso going against the Punkster, CM Punk brother. This was a singles match for the vacant WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Like I said last week, this was a no-brainer. Uh, the Punkster won this one. Kind of a sloppy little match from Jey Uso. I think I seen the short video the other day, and the guy who was talking claimed that maybe Jay might have been doing something. If he is, I hope that dude gets help, because that's the last place you need to be um, feeling happy uh, in. But but yeah, it kind of just came even with a simple net breaker, went full circle with it and kind of flopped down. CM Punk seemed a little bit frustrated on that spot, but either way, it was a couple of GTSs. 1, 2, 3. The Punkster himself, CM Punk, wins the World Heavyweight title. And Monday Night Raw, we got to see what happened. He said, hey, he's ready to take on anybody. Here comes Logan Paul. Uh, Logan Paul said, hey, why not me? And CM Punk's like, no, I don't want to deal with your shit, basically. The Vision came in and uh, they shoved Logan Paul down as he was about to leave, but then he finally said, well, let me go help the Punkster, brother. So he tried to help, ate a tsunami. Then in the main event, it was Jey Uso, CM Punk against Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. And then, of course, that ended up a double count out, Smoz. Then they took out Jey Uso. CM Punk came in with a chair. This time, this time, the Vision came in with chairs of their own. Here comes, Logan Paul, puts on the brass knuckles. And like I said on my Raw recap, go back and watch it if you feel up to it. After this, of course, uh, Logan Paul, like I said, Stevie Wonder could have seen this happen. Logan Paul knocked out CM Punk, so it looks like CM Punk, or it might be a CM Punk Logan Paul match very soon. But I was thinking, go and turn Jey Uso heel. That might have been a time to do it if they was going to do it. But I guess that the yeeting crowd and the merch sales are still pretty up. He drew few little boos. This Monday, people came back around when he was teaming with CM Punk, and he didn't turn on him. Uh, so that was that. All right, all right. So, anybody remember WrestleMania 22? I know most of you guys in the audience, if you're watching this, uh, you remember it. Trish Stratus against Mickey James. Well, Mickey James has opened up about one of the most controversial and talked about moments of her career, the infamous gesture during her WrestleMania 22 match against Trish Stratus. Excuse me. I forgot to grab my water. Anyway, speaking on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, James shared the full story behind the now legendary spot, including how it came together backstage and how Vince McMahon reacted once it played out live. And we all know the spot here. Like I said, we remember. uh, James explained that the moment was pre-planned as part of her character's ongoing obsession with Stratus, something that had been built up over months of storytelling. She said it felt like a natural progression of the angle to peak in that way at WrestleMania. So I asked Steve Kern. Steve Kern was our agent. I asked Steve Kern, "Can I lick my finger?" Because he had already had the crotch grab spot. We're going to do it, so we knew we were going to do the badge grab. James explained. You think about the whole story. I've done many things, tried to kiss her numerous occasions, access denied. So we're at WrestleMania, and I'm like, all the things that we've done to lead to this, and they want this moment. I'm like, okay. I felt like that's what anybody would have done in that moment after all that. James revealed that while Kern technically gave her the go-ahead, he may not have realized what she actually intended to do. He was like, "Lick your finger?" I was like, "Well, yeah. I mean, I'm going. I'm grabbing, wouldn't I? This would be my dream come true, right?" And he's like, "I will see." I went away. He comes back and goes, "Yeah, okay. I think you can lick your fingers. Fine, whatever. Sorry, Steve Kern. So that's not what I did," James admitted. Backstage, however, her creativity was not met with the reaction she expected. I thought in my heart and soul, I honestly believed I was going to walk back through the curtain, and I thought I was going to get the biggest hug of a lifetime and fist bumps, maybe even a hoist on the shoulder. Uh, it's not what happened at all, James recalled. Go back through the curtain, and Vince is pissed. He's like, "That was crass. Do you know what we're going to have to do? How much money it's going to cost to edit that and pull it from everything? We're a publicly traded company. What are you thinking?" So if you can imagine the high of a lifetime and then walking through and just shank through the curtain, I was like, "Oh." Even though my man's anger was in the moment, James joked and excuse me, James joked that he could not have been too upset since she remained champion following the match. But clearly he didn't hate me too much because I was still the champion, so maybe deep down he really loved it. Of course. Of course, Vince McMahon loved it. I love it. But they did edit it. I think if you didn't watch it live when it happened, uh, more likely because I don't think I even went back and watched WrestleMania 22 on a network or on Peacock or wherever it is. But I think they pretty much edited that whole spot out. The uh the grab, the lick, everything. Uh, Joe King, I know I watched it. My favorite WrestleMania moment ever. Yeah, a lot of guys. Yeah, there's one I can't think of really. Shit. See, if you put a gun to my head, I can't remember right now any other moment at WrestleMania 22 except for that. I'm pretty sure if give me time to think about it, I probably could, but then I had to like start, going, okay, WrestleMania 1 was this, WrestleMania 2 was this, WrestleMania 3 was this, 4, 5, 6, crap. I'd get lost. Yeah, sometimes anything past 20, I think, is kind of a blur. Everything's kind of blurs together, except for that moment. I should put that as my screensaver. But yeah, like the article said, there at time there were publicly traded company, and I think they was trying to get away from um the PG-14, the Attitude Era. I think they were maybe trying to go forward beyond the ruthless aggression era, maybe too. See, I can't think right now. I can't remember right now. But if I remember correctly, when they wasn't Linda about to run for office or something, run for senator, and kind of like get away from the risque moments, including that. Let's see, joking. I had the pay per view on videotapes, and I put it on DV. It's edited out every. Yeah. Uh, because I mean I remember the following day. It's like, yep. If you watched it then, that's it. If you didn't record it, you'll never see that spot again. Never ever see it again. again whatsoever. All right. So now the fun stuff's over. Getting some AEW talk. Du-du-du-du-du. All right. Just reading straight from the article. For those who thought AEW president writes everything himself, Tony Schiavone just pulled back the curtain and dropped a surprise name in the process. Former Chicago standout Archibald Peck. I think he also wrestled as. Come on, there we go. Or wrestled as and was a on-screen name of R.D. Evans. Anyway, speaking on his What Happened When podcast, Shivani revealed that Peck, real name Robert Evans, plays a key role in developing characters and interviews. Peck, or Robert Evans, is one of our writers. He works with the talent and doing interviews, and just a very, very intelligent, super intelligent guy. He and my son Matt became very good friends. They're both Star Wars nerds. I think we use him the right way because he's very smart, and I've seen him work with talent. I've seen him work with talent on their skills as far as promos are concerned. He's very good at it. Shivani added, Peck is one of several creative minds in AEW. We have 3 very good writers. We really do, he said, without naming others. He did, however, mention AEW star Chuck Taylor has transitioned fully into a backstage role as a coach and producer. Longtime fans of the independents scene will remember Peck from Shikara, where he started in the ring name as Eddie, or shared a ring with names such as Eddie Kingston, Claudio Castagnoli, and Orange Cassidy. He later wrestled in Ring of Honor as R.D. Evans before hanging up the boots in 2019 following a match against Cassidy in Beyond Wrestling. So yeah, I think he was brought in to the WWF at one time, or excuse me, WWE, same thing. But I think he was one of the maybe one of the writers there too. And I forgot which Hall of Fame ceremony it was, but one of the Hall of Famers dropped his name during his speech, and Vince McMahon got mad and I pretty much fired him after that. But yeah, so I mean, I guess he's got to be somewhat creative guy to be hired as a writer for Vince, especially Vince McMahon at the time, and to get fired because his name got dropped. I guess because he wrote it. Who knows why? But um, yeah, yeah. Um, he might be one of the creative people. I mean, it seems like here he's worked with people, doing interviews, trying to help them build up, better skills of doing promos. Hasn't helped Ricochet much. Uh, he's just flatline. I mean, not like that, but he went from hearing promos to hearing promos and this same. Uh, so I haven't really seen that much improvement as far as his promos. Um, Same thing can be said about Adam Page. His promos are still trying to think who. Mark Briscoe does some entertaining promos. Now I will say, uh, Fuck, I can't remember his name now. Hold on a second. Du-du-du-du. Du-du-du-du. I can't. Oh, there it is. Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher has gotten better on his promos, and I think, I mean, even when you if you watch any of the Dynamites where he's, Kyle Fletcher's giving promos, I do give him his, due that uh he just, to me, he fits the perfect bill for that cocky, arrogant, pretty boy type heel. He needs to come in with a nice suit and speak calmly. You know, None of that yet, because I know he tend to yell too much, but he's got that Australian accent. He needs to and speak calmly and down to people to be, so he can be, you know, he's a heel. He's got to speak down to people. He's better than everybody. He's fucking Australian, mate. Which I don't know if they're better or not than anybody, but hey, usually that's what works. Somebody from another country comes here and it's like, hey, we're better. Sheephunters better. They like to yell a lot and use violence and stuff like that. Team Canada, hey, we'll show you what's on a boot. We're better. Bret Hart, when he turned heel, he was Canadian, so he's like, you know, Canada's better because this is that and other. But not really using the Australian thing and saying he's better than everybody, but just kind of talk down to people like he's smarter, he's, you know, dresses better, he's got more money, and kind of like a mix of Nick Botwinkle, maybe Ric Flair a little bit, because Nick Botwinkle, Beverly Hills, California, dressed to the nines, talk like this, very intelligent, nice big words. It flabbergasted me that all these people here in the arenas across this nation want to boo a highly skilled technical wrestler like I am. See, something like that. I think that suits Kyle Fletcher better than him yelling, screaming, or anything like that. So if Art, uh, what's this guy's name again? Ah, Peck or Robert Evans. If Robert Evans is helping them, hey, kudos to him. Because I think that's the route. Me personally, my personal opinion, as far as Kyle Fletcher, that's the route they need to go with him. And now they got to find some, like I said, discussed this in my AEW recaps. I thought Powerhouse Hobbs can be that blue collar type, big, badass dude. Um, but blue collar, humble guy. He can probably, if you kind of book the guy just right, come on, man. It ain't like you're uh, Barton Daisies here in AEW. You're not uh, drawing, 3 million people every week. You know, I only think you barely draw 1 million people on 3 year shows combined. So my idea would be like, hey, slowly build up Hobbs as you're building up Fletcher. Um, then you get that, uh, kind of the white collar, better than everybody, pretty boy bait or pretty boy heel. Kyle Fletcher gets that big, dominating looking, badass, do not cross this dude, uh, kind of blue collar, humble guy, Powerhouse Hobbs. I thought that dynamic could work, but they recently turned Hobbs heel. So, but it's with the ops, so maybe they can change that a little bit, but we'll we'll see what comes to of that later. Speaking of AEW, oh wait, there's more. Oops, there I am. All right. So this week's AEW took place at the Cajun. Oops. Oh, excuse me, the Bayou Music Center in Houston, Texas. Of course, they were building up more for Full Gear. Looks like a pretty good event so far. Uh, going to have a rematch so far with Samoa Joe against Adam Page. Also going to have a $1 million tag team challenge, Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express, tag team title match. Banditos or Broditos versus FTR should be a decent match there. But kick off the show, Tony Schiavone was talking, and Samoa Joe came out. Was not too happy what happened last week. Of course, last week, that's when Anna Page at the end of the show dressed up as Tony Schiavone in that phantom mask, and then attacked Samoa Joe. Uh, Joe was about to beat up poor Schiavone. Page comes out. Looked like it's going to be a 3-on-1 attack. But Eddie Kingston and Hook came out. Uh, Adam Page said, "Look, if I'm the problem, I'll kick your ass with my bedazzled Wranglers." And Hook grabbed the mic and said, "Hey, look, how about you put those trios championships on the line against the three of us, and that's your main event. The Ops putting up the AEW Trios Championship against Adam Page, Eddie Kingston, and Adam Page." Or did I already say Adam Page? First match here is a basically having three matches here to see who's going to get the advantage for Blood and Guts. It was Orange Cassidy versus Claudio Castagnoli. Pretty decent match here. Cassidy attacked Castagnoli before the bell, but Claudio regrouped, took over, overpowered Orange Cassidy. Of course, Cassidy made his hands in the pockets comeback. Cassidy went for the orange punch. Claudio countered with a uppercut. Claudio went for that pop-up uppercut, but Orange countered with an orange punch. Cassidy went for another punch, but Castagnoli hit him this time with that pop-up uppercut for the win. I know I always talk about with friends before I even started doing this. That uppercut, especially the pop-up uppercut, should have been a finisher for even when he was in the WWE. So I'm glad he's using it now. And next up, we had ladies tag team action here. Of course, this is for the women's tag team championship tournament. Whoever wins here goes against the Sisters of Sin, I believe is what they said. Monet or Mercedes Monet or Money. Depends on if you're listening to Justin Roberts or the commentator. It goes both ways. Of course, she's using that Ultimo Monet now because she has like 20 belts. But anyway, she teamed up with Athena. Athena was, who was she in? See, I got a brain fart. Anyway, they went up against Holly Cameron and Willow Nightingale for AEW women's match. Wasn't too bad. Monet and Athena attacked and took over on Cameron. Willow got tagged in, clean house, rinse and repeat. Billy Starks got involved, but got closed out by Chris Stanlander. Dr. Bomb on Athena by Willow, followed by Crossroads by Holly Cameron for the win. So Monet and Athena, who's the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, has been the Ring of Honor Women's Champion for almost ever now. She had to eat the win. or yeah, eat the pin. Excuse me. And then now both the champions or singles women's champions are out of the tournament. It was announced. And if you're watching this on the live stream, I will get to more of this later on. But they did announce that there's going to be a casino gauntlet match at Full Gear, and the winner of that gauntlet match will be the new AEW National Champion. Now, I it, yes, Billy Corgan still owns NWA. They have a national champion, but MVB came up. He kind of messed up a little bit. He called it the International Championship. It's supposed to be a national championship. He dropped the names of former champions Wahoo McDaniel, Dusty Rhodes. Even mentioned that Nikita Koloff did the unification of the U.S. and national championship when he defeated Wahoo McDaniel. Both Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are going to be in that gauntlet match. Entered in, out came the Demand, and Ricochet just ran his mouth, and nobody cared. All right, had another one of these advantage matches. If Daniel Garcia won this match, then the Death Riders would have the advantage going into Blood and Guts next week. But if Allen wins, then there's going to be a tiebreaker match between John Moxley and Roger Strong on Collision. This was actually a pretty good match. Not Darby Allin didn't do anything too crazy. There was a step spot where he got his head cashed in, um, but Garcia pulled him back in. Almost had a count out there. Pac came in, clothesline, and gave a big boot to Darby Allin, and realized Garcia was going to get the count out win. But right at the split last second, Darby Allin made it back to the ring. Garcia hooked on the Scorpion Deathlock, did the Sting Howl thing, but Darby Allin was able to reverse it, made Garcia tap out to the Scorpion Deathlock of his own. This would bring out Pac again to attack Darby Allin, and that pretty much led to Death Riders and and the rest of the conglomerate to come in, except for Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe, not going to be in. Well, yeah, he'd be in Blood and Guts, but the match was set between him and Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship, come Full Gear, but he didn't come out with a save. Everybody else did. A little bit of brawl between the conglomerate and the Death Riders. After that, FTR came out. They wanted to have a little face-to-face meeting with Brodito, the champions who they're facing Full Gear. Say, hey, come out here, handshake, little face-to-face meeting. But Stokely held the door shut. They panned the camera to the back, and it was Stokely holding the door shut. Yes, the mighty Stokely held the door shut, where on the other end, a 6'5", 285-pound Brody Lee, and the guy, the Ring of Honor World Champion, who does gorilla presses with, holds people up with one arm. Yeah, he was able to hold the door open while FTR picked on Bandito's family. Hey, it's cool. Brodito finally punched their way out of the room. They made it to the ring before FTR pile drived Bandito's brother. Next up, we had Mega Vane. She defeated Mina Shirakawa with a running Liger bomb. Of course, this is part of the women's advantage challenge. See who gets the advantage. All the women came out. Even Chris Statlander came out to for a brawl on that one. This brings us to the main event of the night. It was the Ops, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuri Shibata. They went up against Hangman and Page, Hook, and Eddie Kingston. In the end, Hook was trying to lock Hobbs in the Red Rum, but Hobbs powered him up into a torture rack. Hook quickly tapped out. The Apps walked away. Still the AEW World Heavyweight World Trios Champions. But before Dynamite came to a close, we found out that Adam Page will be going against Powerhouse Hobbs on next week in a Falls Count Anywhere match from Greensboro, North Carolina. But so yes, they did announce that. Oh lordy. So Tony Schiavone did come out and announce that at Full Gear they will have a Casino Gauntlet match, and the winner of that will be the new AEW National Champion. It's like, really? I mean, that's, in my opinion, that's the last thing AEW needs is another champ. I mean, didn't they just have a unification match between the, unifying the international and the continental champion? Finally got rid of one of them. Now you want to bring another one in? I mean, I can halfway see, they got two singles women's champions. Now they're gonna have the tag team champions, which no big deal. I get it. Women's tag team champions. I get it. It's cool. But now they're gonna bring in the national championship, and I guess this might be retaliation or some kind of lawsuit. I think. Who knows? If you know more about that, chat me up on here. But basically, the only thing I'm interested in is like, is it going to be like a maybe almost a replica of that one, which a little dated. But I was seriously, I'm being serious this time. This is the only interest I have with a national AEW national championship. Now, if they kind of bring back the Reggie Parks belt look on that one, now that was a good looking belt. Most of Reggie Parks belts, especially the ones, you can tell this Reggie Parks out. Most of them have that same small design. He had other designs too, but you had the national championship that looked like that. You had the television championship that, as far as straps concerned, looked just like that. They did do a red strap for a little bit for the NWA World Television Championship when Arn Anderson had it. Then Dusty Rhodes won it, and I guess he won the black strap, so he brought back the black strap for it. But it was that same design. The America's title in World Class was that same design as well. Trying to think, there was another one. I think one of the Portland belts had that same design as well. But I mean, it worked. I thought it was nice. I think for a short time, the WWF World Heavyweight Championship was that same design as well. As far as, they had different logos and stuff like that on the belts, of course, but as far as the shape of how the strap is and all the things on the front plates, side plates were different. Different things was written on it, of course. Like the television championship had like station names like ABC, NBC, CBS, and of course TBS. I think it had TBS on it. But now Billy Corgan crapped a bit bad when he came out with this crap. That I get it. He likes that nostalgia, but that looks more like the old United States Championship belt. I'm talking about old, like I think it was using middle. That same design was using Mid Atlantic, and for uh, Big Time Wrestling in Detroit, that's the one that Sheik, that's that same design U.S. Championship is the one he had for a long time. But yeah, like I said, I think it'd be funny if maybe something sort of like that, or if the belt design is something like that. I think I would pop if it does look something like that. But other than that, there's no use of having another championship. The last thing AEW really needs right now is another championship. It is not needed whatsoever. Uh, I, I I do not get it, do not understand it at all. Why they would want another championship belt. I mean, I guess every pay per view they most of them get defended, but still, you got. And I'll admit, does Rampage even still come on? I can't remember. The last time I watched Collision is when I went to the AEW Collision uh, show in Athens, Georgia. That's the last time I watched Collision. It was cool and everything. I mean, because I'll admit, AEW, if you watch AEW live, if you're there live, is a way better experience than watching on TV. So no, I'm not a AEW hater. I'm just pointing out what I feel is the truth. Last thing AEW needs is another championship. That what? I mean, who gonna give it to you? Is it because you can't really? You can't really give the tag team titles back to Hurt Business? If one of them is going to actually win this tournament, Shelton Benjamin or Bobby Lashley, do they have a lot of championship matches on there? Like I said, I haven't. I might try to watch it this weekend. I don't think I have anything going on this weekend. I think I'll just really, really like chill, relax, work on a couple things. Let's see. I'm pretty much prepped and ready to do the Starcade 86 video. What did I call that show? Classic Wrestling Reminiscing. So yes, I have most of everything ready for that video. Notes and everything, pictures. Now I gotta do Survivor Series. Of course, I'm gonna do a Survivor Series one. And gosh, I actually do got a lot of work to do this weekend. Besides getting ready for the long day Monday, trying to get everything packed up. Uh, going to. I'm actually try to. Yeah, that's why. I mean, because they do advertise the matches on Collision, so I do see that. I just never, you know, never get a chance to watch it. But anyway, so I was thinking about, uh, and really thinking about, starting the show kind of early on Black Friday. Just do one live stream, not a spot show, not a wrestling gold Friday night, just a straight up, um, night. Like I said, start a little earlier. Probably won't last too long. A fancy booking of Survivor Series featuring AEW versus WWE. Gotta work on that. Put a lot of thought behind it. Or I have put some thoughts behind it. I need to put thoughts to pen and paper. But yeah. So I actually do got a lot of things I gotta work on this weekend. Like I said, I gotta watch. I think it's the fourth Survivor Series. It's the one where they had the all the survivors in the Survivor Series matches and a Ultimate Survivor Series match at the end. I think that was, spoiler alert, that was won by Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. I think Tito Santana might have been in that one too. Can't remember. Can't remember. Can't remember. Engage the honor. Oh crap. Don't know why. There we go. Oh, I don't have another screen for everything else. Shut that off right now. Yeah, that's about all I got for tonight. Anybody's got any questions, comments? Anything I missed? Let me see. Yeah, we do. Oh, didn't miss anything. Oh, let's see. Talked about Mickey James. Yeah, we definitely do. It's been a while. Yep, I think hit all the spots. But yeah, oh yes, remember, I gotta do some advertising here. Oh, cool. How'd you like it? I imagine you got it for PS4 because I don't think the missus is gonna let you get a PS5. Yeah, I haven't even gotten. Okay, cool. Well, actually, right now. I'm letting my nephews borrow my PS4. I guess I need to get it back so I can get the $44 one. But the season pass that has everything really. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some things you got to unlock. Now I was thinking about buying myself a Nintendo Switch 2 because they had they have the Switch 2 out now. Oh, that's cool. But the Switch 2 has WWE 2K25, and see that one I can put my bag and travel with me. It's kind of so I can at least play it when I'm traveling around. Because I was also sort of thinking about depends on where I'm at, end of the year or maybe March. I don't know. Not sure how. So I think I'm just going to do live streams and maybe like I said, I haven't decided yet. Maybe just do the trivia. Just do one video, the trivia one, and just do live streams and have like this one be the Raw recap, AEW recap, bullshit about some news, and that'll be it. Then have the classic or the keep wrestling gold Friday night. That's a fun show. That's one I like. But like I said, I just see how where things are right now. Well, I know it's got Mario Kart. I know it's got WWE 2K25 because I think I seen it advertised, or I might have seen the game advertised, and right after that could have been the Switch 2 advertisement. I think it was I think it was 2K25 on the Switch. Switch 2. But like I said, that one I can at least travel with me, but like I said, I might have to. My phone's over there. Once I get done with this, I'll text my nephew because I know. Let's see, this weekend. When's Survivor Series? Oh, that was a good one. Because I mean, that one's interesting because um, ECW was on the uptrend, and USA was kind of dwindling a bit. I mean, it still had Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher. I'm trying to think, did they have was the Fabulous One Jeff Jarrett there at the time, or was he Double J Jeff Jarrett in the WWF? I can't remember. I can't remember too well because that's when basically if you got lucky enough to see ECW or USWA at the time, it didn't last long unless you had one of those big ass satellites. Um, because Superstars Wrestling was no more, so the only thing you got was WWF and the DW. Maybe sometimes late at night you get your North Georgia Wrestling Alliance. then sometimes what, 96? I mean, when Goldberg was around, then there's one Georgia Independent trying to do TV, but it didn't last long. It wasn't on one of the main channels. It was like on a local channel. I think it was called Warzone Wrestling or something like that. But yeah, this yeah, like what was it? It was, I guess, night before last. I think it was. I was thumbing through stuff. I'm like, you know what? Well, I found the match by itself. I was like, where's the full TV show? Which the match took place in May of '86, but it was on Power Pro Wrestling in like July of '86 or something. June of '86, July of '86. Because yeah, I think by June or July of '86, the sheep herders were gone. I guess back to Puerto Rico, or yeah, or wherever, maybe Florida. Maybe yeah, it might have been Florida. Yeah, Florida, because they started partnering up with Johnny Ace then. Yes, that Johnny Ace, people power. John Laurinaitis, the dynamic dude himself. Poor guys. Poor guys. Anyway, well, I think that's going to do it for me this evening. Time to shut it down, get packed up, because yes, I do get to go home tomorrow. Thank goodness. So anyway, appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, if you didn't watch this live, if you watch this on the replay, uh, hit me up in the comments. Give me your opinions. Give me your thoughts. Or just drop in and say hello. Don't forget to click that like button. And like I said, if you just enjoy watching a normal wrestling fan, no insider, no former wrestler, anything like that, hey, be a champ and click on that subscribe button. Other than that, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.